What is up, boys and girls? Today I would like to talk to you guys about a video. I'd like to talk to you guys about a thing that I did when I was younger, which was kind of rough. I suppose this is my deep dark personal channel. So here is a story about something that destroyed me when I was younger. So it's me. I'm like 15, 16, and I believe when I was 11 or 12, I had essentially wrote a note for when I was gone uh, by myself that that would be there, for when I left. And everybody that was ever important to me, they had their own little section. So it was essentially like a whole page, and it was folded down into like 32 squares. And the front and back of every square had like some kind of like poem or message for like, all of those people that are really important in my life, in some capacity. Um, it was uh, it was a rough time, obviously, but to some extent, that note gave me a lot of power. It told me that whenever I wanted to go, I could, and I'd be good, right? Because I could, just kind of explain it to everybody with that. One day, I went to a party, and I was pretty intoxicated. I was pretty young, and it was like 3 a.m. and we drove to a McDonald's, and I, for some reason, was not wearing the pants I was wearing earlier. I was wearing like some shorts, and I had a very like long wallet. As was the style back then. Um, I, uh, for some reason, I want to say some balloons flew out of the car, and we chased the balloons through a highway intersection, I believe. And when I was hopping over one of the stone barricades, my wallet fell out of my pocket and I didn't realize it at the time. And my wallet had a bunch of money, had a bunch of IDs, had a bunch of important shit in it, but most of all, had the note. And it has been it's been probably about 8 to 9 years now that I've lost that note. It has never once left my mind, because not only did I lose the power of being able to choose, I also lost something so deeply personal to me. There's something crazy about something that is never supposed to be read until after you've died. Um, for weeks afterwards, I just prayed that it rained on my wallet and destroyed that. I prayed that if somebody found my wallet, they just took the money out and they tossed the wallet back on the ground. I prayed every single day that that's how it went. I went back to that spot. I scoured everything looking for that wallet. I went to every McDonald's because I couldn't even remember the exact one that I went to. I was so desperate to find it. I never did. And to this day, when I'm at my lowest, even when I'm writing, in some of my books, you might find whole pages of just the note, and it's gonna be like pages of the note, and they're gonna be like drawn over repeatedly. Let me see if I can find a couple just to put it into perspective of like how wild it really was. I mean, it was insane. I mean, I've been nuts. Don't get it twisted, but I mean, like, that was truly some of my some of my lowest points. I mean, I don't know. There's not much I can do about it. There's something that really kept me together, really kept me stable for like a long period of time, and then it was just gone. Um, let's see. Do we have it? It's very interesting also because like because I don't edit any of these, like there's some kind of internal pressure. I don't really have an audience, which is kind of funny. But like there's always a pressure for me to be more entertaining, for me to be faster, for me to make sure that certain words aren't used or like a certain kind of pace is set or something like that. I also can't find it, which is kind of crazy. But essentially, they're just like pages like covered in like the note, the note, the note, the note. There'd be like a bunch of poems back to back to back referring to it. And it has been terrible. Remembering that over and over again. Um, if there is a lesson to be learned from this, it would be that, from my own perspective, you can't give too much power to things that you can't keep permanent, right? If something can die without you dying, be very careful with the amount of power you give it. Like for example, um, if you were to like give another person that much power, or like to give an animal, or like anything, like when you put yourself out there, when you make yourself vulnerable, just be acutely aware of what you're doing. Because I gave a singular note, um essentially like my will post-mortem. And post-mortem, like I don't even care what happens after I die, frankly. um so I allowed myself to care, and then I lost that. I gave myself a will I didn't even have previously, and then immediately toileted it. So if I were to say anything about it, just be careful with where you put your intentions. Anyway, just a story from my youth, I suppose. And I guess there's more context to it too, but this is about as much as y'all get out of me for now. Take it easy. To the 0 people who will watch this. Thank God, honestly.